let's talk about facilities a little bit. I know there was a really weird
You're obsessed
controversial
with the
question.
bathroom
I
question.
want to do it. I want to talk about it. Somebody meant
Mine's easy. Mine's unisex. Has a lock on the door.
No,
Wait your
I
turn.
think this is an easier answer. It's an easy answer. That's why I want to give it, because it's a big controversy with a very simple answer. That question was about whether or not you should have men's and women's restrooms, or whether you should have a unisex restroom, or basically whether you should whatever. Here's what you should do. You should have a facility that matches the caliber of programs that you're trying to have. That's what you should focus on. A facility that matches the caliber of programs that you're trying to present to people. Okay. So this all goes back to just like what Paul said before. Are you Walmart or are you Apple Store? Are you the Ferrari or are you a Kia? Okay. If you are a Ferrari program in a Kia building, you have a problem. You should fix that. If you have Kia programs in a Ferrari building, then you're a snake oil salesman, and you should fix that too and work on yourself. But really, ideally, these things should match. Okay. So we sell high level programs. They're expensive. But we're in an area where everything's expensive. So it sort of works out. What that means to us is we can't have a garbage facility. We have to level everything up to match the program. Where does bathrooms come into that? Well, for us, it's sort of a build your own adventure situation. We have a men's changing room. We have a women's changing room. It says that. I don't court controversy. I also live in an extremely progressive area. Okay. I have a straight up men's and women's changing room. I also have 3 restrooms that are not connected to the changing room, and they don't have signs on them except for saying restroom. It doesn't say men's. It doesn't say women's. It doesn't have one of those really woke signs. It just says restroom. And I think it says handicap accessible, which it came with. It was literally what was on the building. So the one-off restroom situation has led to, even in my area, which is Ann Arbor, Michigan, if you want to Google about progressive areas in the country, that's one of them. No one says a word because we have options. You can go wherever you want, and literally no one will stop you ever. I don't, the woke signs I'm talking about, right? And it's like, they have all the different figures, including like an alien at the end. Or my favorite are the ones that have something along those lines, but they say, I don't care what you are, just wash your damn hands. Have you seen that? Those are also good. I think you can make a joke out of controversial things and get away with it a little bit if you have multiple options.
And for all you like cavemen like me, have a female look at your bathroom, like a mom or a spouse or somebody, and have them tell you what's wrong with it. And then you're going to be like, no, it's fine. And it's like, it's not disgusting, but they're going to tell you all these things. And it's like literally, I have flowers in my bathroom. It's like, I would never.
That was the weirdest thing when we saw your academy and it has flowers in it. I
had a girl decorate my bathroom. I'm like, what can you do with this? And she's like, oh, flowers here, this knick-knacky. I'm like, okay, looks great.
Yeah.
But it makes a difference. Moms like it. They feel comfortable because they're in an extremely violent place with big hairy men, and they're taking their little kid jiu-jitsu class, and then it's like they have to use the bathroom. They don't want to walk into a freaking Pan Am's bathroom with IBJJF. Everybody knows what that thing looks like. It's like your bathroom looks like that. I'm guessing you don't have a lot of kids in your mom's bringing it.
So I want to share this because people laughed at me before, but if you have a women's changing room and you're a man who owns the academy and you have mainly, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a male dominated sport, obviously. Even in an area like we have a lot of women, we probably still have 85% men, 15% women.
I'm like 90.
Yeah, most people are probably more 90-10 or even, more extreme. When I walk into a place like that and I ask to use the restroom, I know most likely there are going to be storage boxes in the restroom, in the women's restroom, because no one uses it ever. So I would just say, try not to neglect, especially if you have a kids program. Women are the ones who are making financial decisions for the kids. Don't neglect the women. Even if you don't have a lot of women training there, make sure that their facilities are nice. Make sure that you don't use their restroom as the storage room or worse. I used to work in a car lot. I'm going to tell this story. Why? Because on this show, we're our real selves and we're just going to talk about this stuff. I worked in a car lot, which was a little bit like working in Animal House for the other exennials and older. You know what Animal House is. It was all guys and they had 2 restrooms. One was men's, one was women's. And the women's was designed for all of the terrible things that you would never want to do in the men's restroom. That's what they used it for. So they had sensitivity training before I got there, which I learned later, which is freaking hilarious. Basically, their training, the men that I was walking into work with, basically had to learn not to just destroy or blow up the women's bathroom at all times because people would actually be using it now for the first time. They didn't always remember, so they made a few mistakes, which was comical. But if you haven't walked into the women's restroom when no one else is in the building to see what it looks like in a while, I highly recommend that you do that. I'm going to give you just a real quick hint on something that women love in restrooms. It's not flowers. It's not knickknacks. Do you know what it is? I said it before.
Air freshener's too easy. That's a
Air freshener's too easy. Air freshener, by the way, you should have a whole system for air fresheners.
Yeah,
and
you should have everywhere.
Stanky air removal systems, whatever. You should have a whole process for that, which we do. Air fresheners is too easy. It's free shit. Women love free shit in their bathrooms. That's what we want.
Chinese comments.
I know. It's true, though. He's not wrong. Johnny commented tampons, but he's not wrong. When you go, the difference, ask women, we will do this. We
They
do
show
this.
his wheels off already.
Wheels off, but let's freaking roll with it. Okay. Here's the thing. When you walk in, when women talk about what they like in a restroom, it's restrooms that have a bunch of free shit. So here's what I like. I like walking in, and Johnny said tampons first, so I can say that word. Nobody's going to freak out. Although you're beet red right now, which is fucking hilarious. All right. So I want a whole selection of all the women's stuff. I want that stuff. I want hair ties. I want spray deodorant. I want whatever. We have 2 shelves of free shit in our women's changing room because women are like, oh my gosh, you have the best changing room ever. We don't. It's a complete shithole. It's literally like 6 feet long. It's not big at all, but it has 2 rows.
Spending more money now. I got to buy a shelf.
They love it. Yes, we have mints everywhere. Mouthwash, body spray, body wipes. We have all kinds of free shit. And ladies just go like this and they just pick stuff. And you know what? People are like, oh, well, that costs money. Yes. But if the moms go in there and get a free hair tie and that keeps them bringing their kid back an extra month, is it worth it? Hell yeah, it is. This is simple stuff, guys. Super, super simple. And I agree. If this is turning you half as red as Paul is at the moment, have your wife watch this part or walk through, or just find a woman somewhere and find a woman. That's the takeaway from the call. And have her walk through and say like, hey, what would make this place really nice? They'll have a lot of great ideas and then actually do what they say. And I'm telling you, somebody's going to start commenting on the fact that you've like thought through this. Actually, what they'll probably say is this: you must be married. They'll probably say that. The women in your academy, you must be married if you know that we like that. It's kind of a secret, a little bit of a secret hint. It's just a thing.
Now apparently I gotta freaking go make a shelf.
Now you got. I know. Oh my God. Do me a huge favor.
I don't have hair ties and other things. Amy's gonna give me hell at the event in April.
I want you to go shopping for all this. I want you to just walk up to the store with like a whole thing of like tampons and pads in various sizes and hair ties and whatever, and just drop them on. Be all manly about it. And don't ask any questions. Don't answer any questions. Just like and just drop it. That's what I want to see you do. That would be fantastic.
Definitely. It's going to be part of my new desk project.
But it's important. And how does it relate? It keeps people coming back. You know, it keeps people coming back. If you have a kids program, moms are the ones who are making the decision. Like we said, mom needs to be comfortable. So have all that stuff, have coffee, have a nice place for them to sit down, read a book, hang out, relax, watch TV, scroll on their phone, and take care of their kids for 45 minutes. It's all part of the experience. You can laugh about it. It sounds like dumb stuff, but it all adds up. Just like every system we have in our academy adds up to bigger and better things. All these little things add up to bigger and better things. It's called the client experience. And if you want to have an excellent client experience, which is the goal of our academy, on top of what happens on the mat, we need to have an excellent client experience off the mat. Sometimes we end up talking about stuff like this because it's all part of the entire system. So it seems dumb, but it's not. It definitely adds up. We're going to do this every week. If you have questions, we'll answer them, even if they're weird, like bathroom questions. Apparently we'll do this.